Hi friends, welcome back to the channel. Welcome if you're new here. My name is Courtney. I am a stay-at-home mom, wife, and author. And today we are doing a flip through of my planner. This is sort of my main planning system. I am using a Bilofax Personal Saffiano. And inside, all of my inserts are Franklin Covey compact size. I apologize for my voice. You might be able to tell that I am a little bit under the weather, and that is why this video is going up late. I tried to, or it was my intention to get it filmed yesterday so that I could have it up early Friday morning, and I could not get myself together enough to do so. So here we are, better late than never. We're going to power through. So I changed my setup a little bit for May. I wanted some color. I did a whole video with the set out with the setup. I will link it if you want to go take a look at it. Feel free to do so. I'm sorry, I just got like a notification on my phone, which is weird because I never have my phone turned on, but I was waiting for someone to call me back, so I had turned on like the ringer and all of that stuff, and I'm not used to like hearing it vibrate. Anyway, so I'm just going to dive in because I don't know how long my voice is going to last and how long I'm going to be able to talk without it causing me some pain. So we're just going to hop right into everything. I'm still loving all of the color. Like I said, the binder itself I'm still a little bit unsure of, but we're still testing it out. I love the color. I'm just not so sure about the binder itself. So I'm just going to talk as I flip. If you have a question about anything in terms of where inserts are from, feel free to ask it in the comments below. Although I will say most of my inserts are either from Peanuts Planner Co. Or the Planner Room shop, I think. Those are like most of the things that I have going on in here. So I have my inbox at the front. And then I also have this section for notes that I have just some of this note, like pink note paper in here that I really love. I took my list section out because I am moving, I think, all of that stuff into my pocket rings. We'll see. So that is one change that I made over the course of the week. Oh, I must have had it here because I'm like, why do I have these two packs of, or two, like photo things right here, which I don't like to do. So maybe I will put this here. Okay, so, and then we go right into my planning section. I think this might be like my favorite spot in my planner currently. And I just love it. It gives me like all of the spring vibes, and it's all of the things that I love. And then we have my month on 2 pages, which is just like functional and boring. I will add a little bit of deco to brighten it up, but that's what that is. And then we go straight into my weekly pages. This is where I made a really big change. I had been at the end of, or like Q3 and Q4 of last year, I think I started using 2 different weeklies. One that just had like a weekly overview, and then one that was timed so that I could do time blocking on that. And I really loved the idea of that, but it was a little bit like too much, like flipping back and forth between the 2 weeklies. And then so this year I had decided like, okay, well, I'm just going to try to use one sort of timed weekly and get everything I need onto that one so that I can do my like time blocking, but also sort of have a general overview for the week. And it did work and it didn't work. I mean, it worked for what it was, but I don't know, wasn't loving the way that it felt in those inserts. And I will admit, like, planning and like these sort of, I guess, hobby aspect of planning is a lot of just like vibes, right? Because all of this extra stuff is just stuff that we like to do because we enjoy the hobby side of planning. It's not necessarily anything that's needed. It's just stuff that we like to do. And so those inserts were working functionally. I really could have made a go of it if I wanted to, but the vibe was a little bit off. So I reached out to Crefective Paper, I believe the owner's name is Jade, to see if she could create a custom insert for me based off of like a few of the inserts that were already available in the shop, and she did so, and I am super happy. So what I have is a week on 4-page insert from Crefective Paper. The first page is just a week on 1 page, sort of big picture. These are the things going on. I can pop a few goals up here if I want to. And I have 2 different like listing spaces, and I can break those down any way that I want to. So for this week, this was my first week using it, so I'm just trying to like get the feel of how I want them set up. So these were kind of the like any sort of like appointments or things that I needed to know here. I used this space up here to put like my kind of big picture goals for the week, and then I have a list of things that I needed to get done in sort of like my personal home life, and then these are like work things that I wanted to kind of focus on. This is the zone that I am working on this week to clean. The inside is vertical week on 2 pages, Monday through Friday. I have times, and they are every half hour, which I love. Saturday and Sunday are stacked, which I requested, and I also requested that they be untimed because my life doesn't function that way on the weekend. And if we do have like an event that is like a timed event, like a birthday party or something, I can just go ahead and write in the time. It's fine. And so this is how I set it up this first week. So I am doing my regular sort of color blocking, time blocking, everything in sort of the neon, I guess, pink are like routines. Everything in this like magenta color is for YouTube. The turquoise is like social media stuff, and the blue stuff is writing time. And then I set aside some time on Fridays to do sort of business admin tasks. And so far, so good. I have this sort of free space at the top that I can use in whatever way I want to. And then the back page is just one of the pages from her. She has a Cornell, is that what it's called? Cornell Notes bundle. And this was one of the inserts that she has in that bundle, and I really like the way that it's divided, so I requested that this be put on the back side for like notes, lists, if I even wanted to journal a little bit about the week overall, I have the space to do so. So this is what a blank one looks like. So you can see I have, these are not labeled, so I can label them any way I want to. And then that is what the blank sort of timed one looks like. And I am loving these so far. I'm so happy with the way that it turned out. It was super quick turnaround. I think, I don't know, I messaged her on maybe like a Monday, and I think that we are on the time, there's a time zone difference. I don't know what exactly, but I think that I am some hours ahead of her, perhaps. But anyway, I think I messaged her on like Monday evening, I think. And then by the time that I like woke up on Tuesday morning, she had responded and asked me a few questions. I think I told her that I wanted like a week on 4 pages, and that kind of a general idea of what I wanted, and that I planned on Franklin Covey compact size inserts. And then she messaged me back and asked me to, like, if I had any like rough ideas or screenshots of anything that I wanted to send her, to send her that. And then she asked me like what size paper I printed them on. And I think that was it. I think in the when you order a custom, you get up to 3 revisions in the price, which it was completely reasonable. So I think like I sent her screenshots of some stuff and kind of made a little mock-up. I will try to like insert the actually maybe I just have it on my phone here, but I did like a little mock-up of what I wanted, and she got back to me pretty quickly. Anyway, I think we started the conversation on like a Monday, and I want to say by like Wednesday afternoon she had them done for me. I printed, punched, and we were good to go. Let me see if I even have them. I do. So this is kind of what I sent her from her website. I don't know if you can see it. Let me get it a little bit closer. Which I just created this in Canva. So I basically told her that, oh, and that was the other thing. She asked me if I wanted a Sunday or a Monday start. So I told her that I wanted this on page 1, that I prefer Monday start, and that I print on standard US letter size paper. And then this was the idea for page 2 and page 3. This is one of her inserts. I didn't need this listing column, so I wanted like everything moved and the columns widened, but I liked this blank space on top, so I put no list, weekend unstacked and lined with no times, useful width of pages for days of the week to make columns wider, and then this on the back. So the first proof that she sent me did exactly what I asked for, and I did not like them, and so we went back to the stacked weekends, just like untimed, and I really loved the way that it turned out. So if you're looking to create a custom insert, that is sort of one of the things that I am a huge fan of in terms of finding like planner piece. I think a lot of times it's especially like in a ring planner, it's just finding the right inserts for the way that you plan or the way that your life kind of flows and the things that you need to keep track of and all of that. So if you are looking for custom inserts, highly recommend Crefective paper. So I have some of these punched in. And then we go straight into my daily section. So I have some tasks for May, and then we go into my day on 2 pages. I'm kind of considering going back to using a day on 1 page, but we'll see. I may keep the day on 2 pages for May and then use a day on 1 page for June, because we'll be traveling in June, at least for the first week and a half, 2 weeks. I'm not sure. We don't have the dates confirmed yet. And so I don't know that I will need this much space. And then we had our grandson over the weekend, so it's not really in my planner over the weekend. And then I started feeling sick on Monday. One thing I forgot about having small, like toddler children, is that they are just little vectors of disease. So he had like a cough when he was here, and I know that there was one night when he was like sitting in my lap and we were watching TV and he just coughed directly into my face, and I'm like, well, I don't think that's good. So this was when I started feeling kind of sick. We had like an election on Tuesday in Ohio, so we went and voted. I have not really been feeling that well, so I think that's kind of reflected in my lack of being in my planner. So today is Friday. I am trying to get this filmed up and get it put up at least later this evening. It may not go up until tomorrow morning, depending on if I can get everything edited and uploaded. But so I have the whole rest of the month in here, and then I have my weather stickers, which I'm really enjoying using, more family photos, and then into my tracking. So this is my tracker for May. I have not done any working out this month, which is kind of bumming me out. I really had intended to get back on my Peloton this month and add some strength, but this sore throat is been just, it's been giving me the blues. And I don't know, there's something about getting older where it's not so much that like I don't feel well, which in and of itself is like a bummer and annoying. It's just the like exhaustion that comes with, like, I feel so run down when I'm not feeling well, that's the thing that kind of keeps me from doing anything. It's not the actual like, oh, I have a sore throat. It's that I have literally zero energy. So anyway, there's that. And this is my yearly tracker. Someone had asked about these in my last video. These are from Haroo Plans, and they are called, I think they're called the yearly monthly tracker or something like that, or like annual monthly tracker. I will try to remember to link them in the description box if you're interested, but I know I linked them in a comment from my last video. Maybe I'll go to that video and pin it in case anyone wants to find these. I really enjoy this insert. And I really do think it could be used for tons of things as well. So there's that. And then I have my mental health tracker for the month. Mental health has been pretty steady, I guess, for me, which is a good thing. And then, yeah, I have my gratitude log. Been keeping up with that. This I talked a little bit about in my setup. I'm using this for meal planning. I think this is like a month on 4-page insert from Peanuts Planner Co. And I just am using one side of it, and I printed it just one-sided and whited out the days of the week and just replaced it with week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4. And then I'm just planning out meals. They're not assigned to any specific day, but when I'm setting up my daily pages, I can look and see what I have going on for that day and sort of what we have in the fridge and freezer available for me to make that night. I don't need 7 meals a week. I don't cook 7 days a week. We eat out probably at least twice a week, sometimes more, unfortunately, but it is what it is. And then these are just some meal ideas and whatnot. Need to work on that a little bit more. This is just a sticky pocket on a piece of, I think this is a laminating, no, this is a piece of acetate. I think I just stuck it on. And then this is my goals section that I talked a little bit about. These are just sort of like my overarching goals, like kind of lifetime big goals. I have 5-year, 1 year, and then this page is like the second quarter goals, and then I have it broken down into April, May, and June goals. This is that same insert that I use for meal planning, and I just once again whited out the days of the week and printed it one-sided. Have my quarterly goals written on this as well. I'm not sure where this is from. Monthly Joy, I think, is where this is from. I am using this from Peanuts Planner Co. for like monthly accomplishments and wins. And then I'm using this to kind of block off days that I don't have available to work. And then this is like my kind of progress, like work tracker, so that I can see progress that I'm making towards my goals and how much I'm actually working on those things during the week. So it's been working well. Like I said, I haven't really done a lot this week just because I've been so exhausted from not feeling well. And then these are sort of my, not actually like goals per se, but more of like a focus for the month or how I want to feel in these areas for the month of May. And then these are my action steps for the week. And these are from Planner. Well, I think these are task management sheets from Peanuts Planner Co. This is in a similar kind of insert that was in a bundle from Planner Room Shop, and I think I just kind of go back and forth and use whatever I have printed out. And And that takes us to kind of my work and content planning section. It didn't go the way that I wanted it to for April, but I'm working on it for May, so we'll see how it goes. I have way too many of these in here, but I don't feel like taking them all out. And then this is sort of how I'm tracking what I'm doing and working on. And then just notes pages for ideas. I have a project planner in here that I need to set up for my book launch. I have this Filofax little envelope with my Watch Becca Plan stencil in it. And then in the back, I have contacts, passwords, all of that kind of stuff. And then this is the back. I am looking for like a little notepad I can slide in there, but I have not found one that I love. So yeah, that is how things are shaping up in my planner for the week. I am going to try to get this up. I'm sorry, I had a complete, like, what was I even saying? I'm going to try to get this up for this evening. And if you made it this far, thank you for spending part of your day with me. If you enjoy this video and want to see more, don't forget to hit the subscribe button down below, turn on your notifications, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.